Hello fellow water lovers and growing enthusiasts, welcome back to our channel. Today we're taking on a project that could be called waste management, but really it's utilizing resources that too many people just throw away, that are really powerhouses for the soil and water. We're going to create a Hugelkultur in a makeshift garden box in our greenhouse to dispose of some branches that we had to cut off of a tree. Hugelkultur is a fantastic way to process large and small biomass, and in the process we're creating a nutrient-rich growing bed that holds water as well. So let's get started. There are a few different ways a hugel can be created. If you live in a dry climate, it is best to make a hugel completely in the ground or in garden boxes. If you live in a wet climate, you can make a hugel in a shallow trench that will mount up above ground. In a later video, we'll make a hugel above ground. For now, we are making a hugel in our greenhouse in a garden box because it's drier inside. Now that we have our plan in place, it's time to gather the materials and tools we will need. We want this hugel to be not only functional, but also visually appealing. For this hugel, we are using branches with leaves, manure, wood chips, pruners, a rake, and free plants that were struggling. Alright, let's roll up our sleeves and start building. We constructed the frame of our hugel with some wood we found around our place. It doesn't need to be fancy, just strong enough to hold the organic material we'll be putting in it. With the frame in place, it's time to fill our hugel with large tree branches. We cut the branches just small enough to fit inside the garden box. We filled the box nicely with the branches. We let them sit for a few days and dry out just a little so that we didn't have to worry about propagating the branches into new trees in the greenhouse. Not all branches have to be dried out before covering, just those that tend to propagate easily. Next, we added a good thick layer of manure. Manure is great right on top of the branches because it helps speed up the decomposition. To finish the hugel off, we put a nice thick layer of wood chips on top. Leaves, grass clippings, shredded paper, food scraps, any kind of organic material can be added on top of the branches, whatever organic materials you have that needs to be used up, always ending with wood chips as the top layer. Then, because it was pretty dry inside the greenhouse, we poured a bunch of water over the wood chips to get the hugel nice and wet so we could plant in it. Now comes the fun part, planting our chosen plants. At this late time in the season, we chose to plant plants that we obtained for free that weren't doing so well because they needed to be planted. We'll arrange them in a way that complements their growth habits and colors, creating a harmonious and picturesque display. The hard work is complete. Maintenance is pretty simple. Check below the wood chip layer to see if it's dry or moist. If it's dry, water it. If it's moist, check again later. As the branches decompose, they will hold water like a sponge and will release nutrients slowly to the plants, all through the soil food web. Hugelkultur is creating the right conditions to feed the microorganisms in the soil and create a healthy soil. Our Hugelkultur bed is now complete. We now have a growing area that is fulfilling multiple functions. We are processing large biomass, creating a fertile growing bed, feeding the microorganisms in the soil, and of course we're storing water in the soil as well. And all for little to no cost. I hope you enjoyed following along with us on this Hugelkultur adventure. If you liked this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so that you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments what projects you'd like to see us do. Happy planting!